All right, we got a 2009 Chrysler Town and Country, Dodge Caravan, whatever you want to call it. This one's a Town and Country. Anyway, they called me and wanted to do a rear wheel bearing hub on it. She bought the parts. She told me it's the driver's side rear. So I didn't drive it or anything. I'm just pulling in and doing what she told me to do. So we'll go ahead and get this job going. I'll show you. Should be pretty straightforward on it. And we'll get it going. All right, to get this caliper off, you just have two 13mm bolts. I already removed them. And then we're going to take this caliper and kind of move it off to the side real quick, and we'll hang it up. It looks like someone's already been in here trying to get this off. She did say that she took it somewhere and they had trouble with it. There's a socket on the caliper bracket bolt, so I'll have to get that off first, or maybe hook my impact to it. I don't know. Hopefully it's not too messed up or rounded off or anything as far as the bolt goes. But take out these two 13 mils, move the caliper out of the way. We'll just hang it up somewhere, and then we'll look at what's going on with that. All right, so I went and took the bottom bolt out, 18mm, and I went ahead and beat this off. It's a Husky 11/16. So I don't know what was going on there, but I got a free socket, and this one's 18mm too. We'll go ahead and get that. The bottom one came out pretty easy with the impact, so I don't know. I don't suspect this one will be too bad, but we'll go ahead and run that out real quick with the impact. And I'm using, I gotta find my socket. I'll show you what I'm using to get these loose. So I'm just using a stubby impact with the 18mm with the wobble socket or universal socket or joint. That came out pretty good. So those both are off. You got two of them. If you don't have an impact, obviously you can use this. Whoever did this tried to use a 3/8 socket. And I don't know if I would probably try to use a 1/2-inch socket or a 1/2-inch drive socket with the 18mm and a bigger ratchet, maybe even a breaker bar if it's loose or rusty like this one is. So anyway, that's 18mm, those two bolts off. Now we'll go ahead and pull this bracket off, and hopefully this rotor will come off. I went ahead and sprayed it already because it's pretty rusty. So hopefully this, I don't want to beat it off. Looks like someone just put new brakes on it. And I don't want to mess up the rotor, so hopefully it comes off. But I got a feeling it's going to have to be hit a few times. I got a rubber mallet that I'll try first. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and move this off to the side, and then we'll get this rotor off. All right, I got a rubber mallet and got this off. It's pretty rusty on there, but at least I didn't have to beat up the rotor too much. You can tell this wheel bearing is kind of moving in and out. It's wobbly. You can see here, this is extremely rusty. And I'm a little worried about getting all these bolts loose. So before I disconnect this ABS sensor and show you that, I'm going to make sure these all come loose and come out, because I don't want to take all this apart if something happens and I can't finish this today or whatever. So I'm just going to kind of cover my bases here. These are 4 16mm bolts. Right now I got a 6-point deep well 1/2-inch socket in there. And I already broke this one loose, and it actually came loose pretty easily. So I'm just going to go through. You can get to, there's holes back here in the axle here that you can get your tools in. And on the bottom ones, I might have to come in underneath. There's a hole underneath we can get in. But I'll kind of show you that as I go. But I'm going to take these top two loose and make sure they come loose. And then we'll do the bottom, and I'll show you what I use to do that. I could probably get an impact in there with the swivel, but I'm just going to do this by hand because they're so rusty, and I don't know. I want to make sure nothing snaps off, or I can feel it if something's going to happen before it actually happens. So I'm going to go ahead and get these top two loose, and then I'll show you what tools I use for the bottom. All right, I got the top two out. I didn't show it, but there's a bracket that goes that holds the brake line that goes to your caliper down to here. Hold your emergency brake cable. You got to take that off. It's a 1/2-inch bolt, and get that out of the way. It makes it easier to get to this top one. This bottom one, I already got it loose. I went in through the holes here, so you can go underneath sometimes if you got the right size socket or the right length. But all I used was just a regular 3-inch, 1/2-inch extension, and then a 6-point 16mm bolt, and got it loose. And that's what I'm going to do on this side. So this is the setup I'm using. It's a pretty big 1/2-inch ratchet with a swivel head. You may not need a swivel head because it's close to the spring here, but you can still get it loose. This one's been just kind of scary because it's so rusty, and you know, I don't want to slip off or anything and round the bolt off. You can see the bolt It's pretty rusty. So I spray it down a little bit, and I'm sure this is going to be a real big bear to get off. But I had the Chief that I'll use to hammer off if I have to. But I don't know, maybe it won't be. The bolts I thought were going to be really tight, and they're not. So far, so good. I got 3 out, and then you got a hole on this side, same way. You kind of look in. You can kind of shine your light in there and look in through the big hole in the middle and see how to guide your socket in, and then just take it loose. So I got that one is already loose or out, and then this one I got to take out still, and then we'll address getting this off the axle here. So on the bottom left-hand side here, this axle kind of kicks out more, and it makes this bolt farther away. You know, it makes it farther away from this where you got access to it. So I had to use a deep well 16 with a 3-inch extension, just like I did on the top. And there's room in this coil spring between the 2 coils to put your ratchet in and get it loose. So I've already got it loose. I'm just going through the process right now of tightening it or loosening it and taking it all the way out. But that's how I got that. I couldn't use the shallow and the 3-inch on this side like I did on the other side because it's just, you'll understand when you see it, but the axle kind of swoops up and makes it farther away. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and take this last one out, and then we'll take this ABS sensor wire off. Now, I would have done that first before I probably even started on it, but I wasn't sure, as rusty as this was, if how this job was going to go. So it's actually gone pretty well. Nothing's really hung up. So anyway, I'm going to take the last one out, and then I'll show you where to go to get this ABS sensor off. All right, so we're on the van here. You're just going to follow your ABS line from the wheel bearing all the way over. It's about it's almost dead right in the center of the van in the back. And it's just this connector right here. And it looks like it's got a locking tab on it. Yeah, it's got the red locking tab on it. See if I can get my finger in there and hold this camera at the same time. Well, I'm not going to be able to. Anyway, you just pull this locking tab. It's red. Push it outward and then push in on it, and it should disconnect it. And then you just go through and disconnect it from all the retainers that are on all the way back to the wheel bearing. Usually, if you have like an interior tool, it works pretty good for that. So I'm going to go ahead and push this tab out and then get this off, and then start taking it apart all the way back to the wheel hub. You have a couple options when you get to this part. This thing's pretty rusty on here, obviously. What I'm going to do, I beat on a couple times with hammers to see what it would do. It didn't even budge at all. Yours, hopefully if it's not rusty, you can just usually beat with a hammer or take a punch and put it on these ears of the bearing and hit down on them, and it should come loose. I'm going to go ahead and use the Chief here, which is a pretty good air hammer, and see if I can get it to move. And usually what I do is I'll start on the side where it's open here, and I'll hammer down on that, and then I'll switch to this ear and hammer up. And then once you start getting it moving back and forth, hey, once it starts moving back and forth, hey, what are you barking at? Once it starts hammering back and forth, it should come out. So I'm just gonna, this is gonna be loud, obviously. I'm gonna try to do this one-handed. Okay, well, I didn't expect that. Yeah, that's surprising. I didn't think it would come out that easy. So I'm just gonna take a whizzy wheel here and clean all this up real quick, and then we'll start putting the new one back on. All right, so I'm just gonna go ahead and take a whiz wheel here and clean this up. You're just trying to get most of the rust off and have a nice flat surface for that to sit back on. So this might take me a little bit, and it's pretty loud, so I'll go ahead and get this cleaned up, and then we'll come back. All right, so I worked on this about 10 minutes. Didn't really clean up the way I wanted to, but it's just the actual face surface is rusted. It's rusting away, so there's only so much you can do. I got most of the big scaly stuff off, as you can see on the ground there. But yeah, it's pretty rough. So I went ahead, the easiest way to do this is to get a bolt started, have your socket back here so you can kind of hold it. Put your hub and your shield together at the same time, and make sure you got your ABS wire going through the slot. And then we're just going to line it up with that bolt there and start one. And what you want to do is just start all four before you try to tighten any of them down at once. So I'm just going to go ahead and get this one lined up and start it. Had the one bolt, kind of turn it while I'm trying to line it up, and then I would show you, but I don't. I only got one. I need both my hands, and I don't know where my stupid tripod is. So anyway, you kind of get the idea here. We're just gonna put the one bolt through, get it ready, put the assembly up there, and get it started, and then go around and do all four. All right, so I got them all started. Hey, I put quite a few threads, threaded them in pretty far before I tightened it. I already tightened the bottom one down here. Now I'm gonna go to this top on the caddy corner. So I just kind of tighten them across from each other. I don't go, and before you get too tight, make sure that your shield is good. Double check to make sure your wires through the shield. Make sure that the bearing is set in there and seated, because you don't want to start it, and it's not seated correctly. So I'm just gonna go ahead and just kind of tighten them up cross pattern, and then we'll move on to putting the brakes back together. But that's how I do it. And anyway, so just go ahead and tighten the rest of these. I got 2 more to tighten, and then we'll put this rotor back on and get these brakes back on. Got the rotor on, the bracket back on. We're just going to zip those 18mm bolts back on. Then we're going to put the caliper back on, and then we're almost done. We just got to plug in that ABS sensor. So we're getting down to the end. All right, I got too excited. I thought I was almost done. You got to don't forget to put that bracket back on that holds the parking cable tight. That goes on underneath that caliper bracket bolt, and then you have another half-inch bolt that goes in right here. So I had to take that back out and put this back on. All right, so all you're gonna do is just line your brakes back up, put your 2 caliper bolts back in, and then the only thing you got left, if you didn't do this already, was connect your ABS sensor. So I went ahead and just been going through and just going. Went ahead and went through and just started snapping it back in place, and I got to get underneath it to finish it up. But that's pretty much it. It's not too bad. Hopefully yours doesn't have all this rust on. I probably lost a few pounds here in rust, and it comes out pretty easy. It actually came out really easy compared to what I thought it was going to. The Chief usually has never let me down yet, but I did think it was going to be more of a fight than that, so I'm kind of surprised. Anyway, just going to go ahead and finish this part up. Just putting it through the loops real quick, and then connecting it back up, and it should be done. So put the wheel back on. So anyway, thanks for watching. As always, God bless.